Hello, everyone, and welcome to the You Can Heal Global Summit. I'm your co-host, Dr. Jen Furch, and I have here with us Raquel Spencer, who is a transformational leader, an energetic electrician, a quantum mechanic. And what I know is that she is making an impact on humanity around the entire globe, helping people connect to their higher self and ground that down into their body. And it's just been a huge honor to have her with us here today. Thank you for being here, Raquel.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Hello, everyone.
I'm so excited for this conversation. And as we were getting together, I had a feeling that maybe, Raquel, if you could bring us through an initial kind of grounding and activation, maybe connection with our higher self, so we can really hear all these things that you have to share with us today. I just want us all to be in the most present state that we can be in. If you wouldn't mind sharing a quick technique.
I'd love to do that. We'll take a couple of minutes for people who I'm new. You've never seen me before or heard from me before. I do use a lot of sound in my work, and I do use a lot of high-pitched, what they call bops. I'm kind of known for my bops in the world. So if you hear either one of those during this grounding and this clearing, don't be surprised. Okay, so the bops go in and very quickly clear out the energetic fields. It's a gift that I have that I'm very, very grateful for. And we'll go from there. I work a lot with the energy of Gaia. And so in this first initial clearing and grounding exercise, I ground very differently than what most people consider grounding. And so my grounding is going to connect you into the crystalline core of Gaia herself. Gaia is a living being. She's a sentient being. She's our sister. She's my cosmic sister. And she really holds a frequency at her heart that is incredibly nurturing and beneficial to our physicality, our electrical body, our biochemical, our bioelectrical, and the way that we function in physicality upon her. And so I'm going to take us through a grounding into that crystalline core, and then we'll do a clearing and get us all prepared.
Great.
So
thank you.
If everyone will please take a nice deep breath. This is usually better done if you close your eyes. Okay, so close your eyes. And one of the first things that's really, really important is to bring your consciousness down into your heart space, down into the heart chakra, not the physical heart, but the heart chakra. The heart chakra, in my humble opinion, is your gateway, is your portal to divine essence, to your own higher self, to source energy. Okay. The heart is always the center. It should be the heart of everything. So go ahead and bring your awareness down into your heart. And I want you to bring your conscious mind down into your heart as well. There's a lot of research on this. There's a lot of things you can go look at. HeartMath has done some fabulous work around this. What I want you to do is actually take your conscious mind, okay? And we know the conscious mind is not just in the head region. It's not just the brain. It's actually a field around you. It's actually in the quantum. And so I want you to imagine gathering up your personal conscious mind, that which is thinking, the thoughts, what am I going to have for dinner? What do I got to get done? The kids are, all that, all those conscious thoughts, everything that is a part of your consciousness. And I want you to gather it up. Let's use a golden net, like we're fishing. We're going to throw out the golden net. And I want you to gather up your conscious mind. And I want you to bring that conscious mind all the way into your heart chakra so that your conscious mind is fully connected with your heart. Just take a nice deep breath. One of the techniques that I use for this a lot is to gather up the conscious mind and put it in an elevator at the 10th floor and watch those elevator doors close. And then push the elevator button down to the first floor and bring your conscious mind consciously, just really visualize coming into the heart. And as the doors open on the first floor, merge your conscious mind with your heart chakra, with the heart consciousness. so that the two are operating as one, so that your heart can take the lead, be in full domain of the consciousness, so that you begin to live from your heart on a daily basis. And you're thinking from this physical region of your body. So anytime you're in your head, drop down into your heart. Bring your awareness down into your heart. Bring your consciousness down into your heart. Take a nice deep breath. And just allow that integration of your consciousness and your heart chakra to merge even more. Set that intention. Your intention is everything. Your imagination is everything. Take another nice deep breath if you will. And there is a central column. There's a tube of light that if you were to look at it like a regular image, almost looks like a fluorescent tube through your body from the crown chakra all the way down into the base chakra. It's about the width of your forefinger and your thumb together, a little bit bigger than that actually. But I want you to open that up. I want you to visualize that opening and filling with light. Most people use white light. That's beautiful. Take another nice deep breath and just allow that to open up with your intention and visualize it the best you can. And with the next breath, we're going to extend that tube of light, that central column, out your base chakra, which is right between your legs. And I want you to very, very, very quickly bring it all the way down into the very center of the planet, the center of Gaia, the core, which is a crystalline core of light. It's actually energetic. And it is a very, very high frequency of light. So you're just like a straw going down. You're going to go down and dip into that energy. At the crystalline core of Gaia, the energy is actually, it's very, very tangible for those who have any gift of sight, any gift of sensation. And if you don't worry about it, just imagine it. And I want you to tap into that energy and actually feel it. Bring your awareness all the way down into the core of Gaia. The energy is vibrant, it's pulsing. I see it often as a green, blue, gray, silver. It's changing. Gaia's frequency changing all the time. And so each day when I do this, because I do this as a grounding every single day of my life, I tap into the energy in the now moment, not what was there yesterday, not what was there this morning, but in the now moment. And some of you might already be beginning to feel that energy in the base chakra. Kind of feels tingly sometimes. I want you to just really visualize that. This is the heart energy frequency, high frequency of Gaia. And I want you, in the next breath, I want you to breathe it very quickly up your central column and allow it to merge with your own fields of light. Bring it all the way up through into the heart. And then as it hits the heart, just allow it to expand out into your own fields. And you might want to breathe it up like 3 different times and let that energy merge. And the intention is to merge your body, your energy, your systems to be in harmonic resonance with Gaia herself. So allow that to move through you. Allow it to permeate out through your fields. This energy grounds you in a way that is very different than other forms of grounding. It actually brings in energetic nutrients. It actually feeds the body and the energetic nutrients of the body in a different way. Just like the earth brings it up through the soil of plants, this energy actually feeds you. It's nurturing, it's actually very soothing. It's very good for keeping you in balance emotionally, mentally, physically. Just allow that to happen. And allow your heart to expand. And I'm gonna do a couple of really loud, sharp, quick tones. This again, I'm gonna start doing the energy work to actually help clear and prepare you to receive the information. And in the name of divine source and the light that I am, I ask that I be a clear, pure, and divine instrument in service to your higher self. At this time, calling forth the highest levels of light, wisdom, information, knowledge, and direct connection with original source energy to bring about the highest potential outcome of this work to manifest into your physical reality with ease and grace. Take a nice deep breath. Feel yourself very connected to Gaia. Set your intention to receive all that is available. Some of you may be feeling, if you have a sense, if you're a sensitive person in the physical body, you may be feeling things moving out of your fields, out of your body. You may feel some tingling going on in different areas of your spine. In the back of your head, at the very top back part of your head, where the soft spot was when you were a baby, is something that is called the fourth eye. There may be other words for it in other traditions, but I've always known it as the fourth eye, not the third eye, the fourth eye. And it is actually where the soft spot was when you were a baby. This is a location on the body that actually allows light information, physical light information, to come in through the body, go down into the pineal, and activate the pineal pituitary glands in a very direct way. We're going to open that up for many of you. It's very stagnant. It's not open to the level it should be. And so I'm just going to accelerate that opening. You may feel some tingling in the head. You may feel quite a bit going on around your eyes and your frontal lobe, and you may feel it going down the back of your spine. This is just allowing the natural light, the actual light essence, information as light, source energy, spirit, there's lots of names for it, to actually come into the body correctly, more effectively. Because this is a natural thing that is occurring. Take another nice deep breath, please. I'm just going to do one more quick pulsation through the body. I could probably spend the next 2 hours doing a clearing for everyone, but we're just keeping it short and sweet to really open up your fields. I'm going to also open up your feet chakras and do some repair in the feet chakras so that you can anchor into the physical world a little bit more and have that connection in the old traditional way with Gaia. So you might feel some tingling in the feet as well. I'm just going to repair or replace if necessary those chakras and then bring that energy up the legs. Beautiful. Take another nice deep breath. And once again, drawing that energy up from Gaia. We're going to keep that connection. And when you do this, if this was something that you felt and really resonated with, I recommend doing that connection with Gaia to the crystalline core every day, activating that a couple of times a day and keeping that connection 24/7. Take another nice deep breath. And again, bring your awareness fully into your heart. And as you do, you can open up your eyes. Might feel a little spacey. If so, just rub your feet a little bit on the wherever the ground is. Just a bit. Make sure that connection's still flowing. Make sure that connection with Gaia is still flowing. Beautiful.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. That was amazing. And I think some of the initial things that were coming in through what I was experiencing, which is so much different than other things that I've had, you're really integrating the whole system. You know, your higher self, the lower self, and that integration at the heart, because I think, as you said in the beginning, that we are a physical system. You know, we're experiencing through the physical vehicle. You know, we're spirit in a body that is walking this earth. And if we're not fully grounded and present in ourselves, it's hard for us to experience that higher self knowing or the physical health.
Right.
You know, all those different things are interrelated to, it's not just about going out there.
Exactly.
Bringing
Because
it
so
in.
many people want, and everybody's talking about ascending. Quite frankly, I'm talking about descending. I'm about getting you in the body to actually have the experience in a waking state. Right. My goal is always to get everybody 24/7 in the body, fully connected, having the physical experience. Because so many, we do want to just go out. The guys are out there. Let's get out and go have all those experiences. But that's not anchoring it into this reality. And that's what we're really here to do. And so exactly, Jen, you nailed it. My work is about helping you integrate it into your physical reality to have that connection with your higher self, with that knowing, not having to be in meditation to get it, not having to be in an altered state to experiencing it and grounding it in this reality, because that's what we're really here to do.
Right.
And to start learning how to operate in this physical reality, whether you want to, a lot of people are, 3D, no, we're in 5D. It's all semantics, guys. We're here. We're in the physical. We're in the physical. We're here to learn and master how to co-create and manifest through our higher self-knowing into physical reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when we're talking about that co-creation, there's this aspect of bringing high frequency energy and grounding it into our body and walking as that. So when you talk about manifestation, when we're looking to create something in our life, it's kind of like, well, where am I igniting that from? What part of my frequency is being expressed into the universe and then, reflected back at me? Because people always say, well, how do I create this or make more money or be better in my relationship? And it really depends on the point of reference in which you're coming from in the body, I would assume, in reference to, finding your soul purpose and all those different aspects that we search for here in a human body to experience. Can you talk a little bit about, that the way that we do harness that frequency or live from that higher vibration to access that soul purpose in our life?
Absolutely. And one of the things that so many people still perhaps don't quite fully want to grasp is most people live in the higher chakras, especially when they're doing their spiritual work or want to be spiritual. They're always here.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to manifest. It's great to dream from here. You can dream the most amazing and visualize the most amazing from the higher chakras.
Right.
But you can't start physically manifesting until you actually anchor and clear the lower chakras.
Right.
One of the things that's and why I do the connection with Gaia's crystalline core, I look at the way that I approach this, my specialty, the way I function in this reality, the gifts that I bring. I really see the body. The body's the vehicle. The body is the divine vehicle. But the way that I see the body is as if you are a supercomputer of light. Okay? And so the body is the hardware. The consciousness, source energy, higher self, that's all software, okay? So the body, the physical hardware, has to be able to run and interpret the software, okay? If you don't have the two that are compatible, you don't get any output you want. Right. I use the analogy a lot, as if you had an old flip-top phone. Okay, remember those? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Old. I'm so old. That's not really that long ago, really, though. Right. You remember the old, Motorola flip tops, or if you were trying to use that kind of cell phone to connect to 4G.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have the hardware. The hardware is not there. The hardware is not functioning to be able to access and interpret the data that's in the cloud. Okay. It's the same idea with the body. The body is your hardware, source energy, your higher self, that's the software. The two have to be able to communicate. The body has to be able to interpret that light and bring it into your conscious awareness.
Okay.
Part of this whole awakening, this time in cosmic history, this part of the time that we're in, and why there's so much going on for the awakening, is because we are in a time right now where the body and the work that we're doing is beginning to come out of atrophy. It's beginning to come back into its more rightful state, its original design, what it was originally meant to do, okay? Because the original blueprint, okay, we talk about, I mean, we could go into dissertations on this one, right. But they talk about how much of the brain isn't being used, how much they don't understand about the DNA. There's so much we don't understand. We know this much and we don't understand this much, okay? Right. But the body, in my humble opinion, and from what I know, was originally designed to be able to have that full connection with source, to actually have that inner knowing and that higher self interface where the information was able to be interpreted by the body and brought into a conscious awareness. And we are in the process right now in this time in history, globally as a humanity, and those of us that are doing this work, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's more going on. I know there's more going on. I have this deep sense of knowing. We are the forerunners that are really working to make that connection back in the body, the hardware coming back to a level of online that we can make that connection. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And so the body is so key. Now, the connection with Gaia that we went through in the beginning, that ability to connect in with that crystalline core energy and begin to hold it and have that connection, very different than grounding, would you say? Yes. The most grounding that you've done. Because I'm not grounding you into the roots and the trees and the magnet of the planet. I'm into a massive source energy. What that does is it allows the body, it's like a prepper, okay, for the body. Because it's just like if you tried to plug in a 110 or a 210 into a 110 socket. Right. You know, they can't, they fry. The system fries, you can't hold it, okay? And so you have to continue to upgrade the body. The body, your higher self is there. Your higher self and source energy is there. It's just your ability to integrate with it. So the more you can bring that information through this supercomputer, through the intelligence of the body, have it, bring it into a conscious awareness and a utilization through the lower chakras. It's the base, the sacral, the solar plexus. It's what's below the heart that brings it into physicality. Right. You can't bring it into physicality from the crown. Right. Or you can visualize it and you can really bring it into the visual energetic, but to really manifest it out, you have to have the bottom three chakras in alignment, cleared, upgraded, and actually functioning to be able to do that heart connection and bring it into physicality.
Hence the aspect of spirit into matter, and that being a representation as to what we're manifesting, the matter that we're manifesting, and from what, space. Because I thought it was so interesting when you brought everybody down into the heart. Everybody, it's kind of a common thing. Well, get into your heart. And I don't think anyone really knows what that means. Well, I'm in my heart, I'm doing this, out of a good space, or, it's something I really wanted to do. And it's like, no, you drop into your heart. It can look a lot of different ways. It doesn't always look like giving or receiving or, over giving or all these, it's an authentic place within your body.
Well, and see it, okay, and I even take it because a lot of people do talk that, and they talk, oh, my heart's open. I am talking mechanics.
Right. getting into the
I
body.
really am. I'm talking mechanics.
Right.
And it's like where is, and let's go back to, you know, computer stuff, because a lot of people have enough knowledge to understand it. It's like, okay, do you have the motherboard in the head, or do you have the motherboard in the heart?
Right.
Where's the processing going on? Where's the information and the energy running through? And that can change everything.
Yeah.
Even just that one understanding. I mean, if everybody really understood that it is not the notion or it's physically. Yes, your heart chakra is not physical, but the mechanics of how that works into the quantum field and into the theory of creation and manifestation, that's as real as it gets. If you're not creating from the heart and from this physical, and I'm trying to show you, this one here, right here. If you're not creating from that place in your supercomputer,
right,
it's not manifesting what you're really trying to bring through. I mean, you can create, we've created from our heads for a long time.
Why we are where we are. Yeah.
And most of the time it's not quite fulfilling the way that we really want it. If you can start understanding that it is mechanical, and you know, and I hate to always talk about mechanical, where's the spirituality in this? OMG, I'm so spiritual, it's not even funny. But the more I can get you into the mechanics of how to work with that spirituality through this amazing divine vehicle we call the body, and the more you can start to master that, the more the flow between the quantum field and how you move that through your supercomputer out into the world to bring those manifestations, it totally shifts it.
Right. And so for our listeners, I just want to kind of recap what you're saying. You know, it's one thing to think about being in your heart. It's another thing to start to...
Your key. You thought about it. You cannot...
thought about it. And it's another thing to feel and integrate that mind, body, breath connection to another physical space in your body. Because as you drop down into the heart, as you had us do, that is an essence of being in the heart, of self-love. You're not just thinking about being there, you're actually coming into it and feeling the difference of what it's like to be here than it is to be here. And then the difference again, what it's like to drop all that down into the power source of Mother Gaia. But as you said, how your life would change if you were coming from a different location in your body, because there's a completely different field that's connected from your heart, that's expansive out into the universe than, you know, to the limited thought processes and belief systems of our mind field. Right. And it's just, I think just that one thing alone, if people could just do that every single day, I mean, their whole life really would shift, and they would come into knowing. Knowing.
You know, it's interesting because when I first started doing this, I'm talking 300 times a day. OMG, I'm in my head. OMG, I'm thinking from my head. Oh, I'm back in my head. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me get down here. Okay. Where am I thinking from? Where am I really thinking from? And when you start asking, it's like when you're making decisions, when you're trying to decide, when you're wanting wisdom, if you're getting it from here, it's not the wisdom you're looking for. Right. You really want the heart-based wisdom. And again, my hands are down on my heart. So start practicing that. I mean, and the throwing out of the golden net, because again, it's not, your brain is just not in your head. It is in the quantum field. It's all around you. Right. Okay. So you throw out that net, that mesh of gold, and then a lot of times people do pull it. They kind of pull it up here, and then they put it in that elevator, so it's really contained, and then they push the elevator, you know, button down to the first floor, and they really ride it in, and then they see those doors open. It's like, And if you can do that, I mean, you can really do that in like 30 seconds. You can get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm not in my heart. I'm obviously in my head. Let's bring it down and really center it there. And if you put your hand on there, we've talked about, lots of people talk about that. Put the hand on the heart. The tactile helps the body remember. But if you can do that, in the beginning, it might be 300 times a day. It might be 1,000 times a day. It might be every other minute. You're going, oh shit, I'm back in my head. Okay, whoops, this is not where I want to live from.
Right.
And do it again. And it's a training. It is literally biofeedback type, you have to retrain, because not only your lifetime, this is stuff we're bringing in from, our ancestry DNA line of always living, and they didn't, nobody wanted you in the outer world to think from your heart. I mean, it's always been think from your head, think, in that space, not connected. So get to the point where, and you're catching yourself. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I just made that decision. I just made that decision totally out of my head. I was not even connected to my heart.
Right.
And then go back and really, it's a practice to get back into the heart. And if you did that every day for the next 3 months, I mean, really, OMG, I'm in my head again. Can you believe this? I mean, and you'll get to a point where you're like, I can't believe it. Okay, we're gonna track this. I mean,
still in my head.
Laugh at yourself because OMG, I'm in my head again. I can't believe. Okay, let's do it again. Not a beat up. But it's like, wow, this is a good challenge.
Right. It's a great.
Really take it as a good challenge because, I know better now.
Right.
And let's get down to that, and then it starts to change, and then you'll get yourself, 80% in the head and 20% in the heart, and then it's not an overnight, guys. This has been ingrained in our system, in the neural pathways of the brain, let alone the neural pathways of your nervous system and everything else. That's the way we function. So this isn't an overnight,
right?
But with awareness and your willingness to say, no, I'm going to laugh at myself. There I am again. Gosh darn it.
Not judge yourself for it. Yeah.
Yes, I'll start it. Here we go. Okay, let's see how fast I can get into my heart and really see what's going on and feel it.
Yeah.
Life is really going to start to change, because that one thing is almost the foundational piece. If you haven't got that and you're not connected to the crystalline core of Gaia, it's really hard to hold higher frequencies. You can't. The connection to Gaia allows the higher frequencies to actually come through the body. Without that grounding, if you're not grounding at that high frequency, it can't come in and hold.
Right. Hence our disease and why our physical body suffers. People don't understand that it is these core connections that help your physical body maintain its health. It's not on anything outside of you. It is this practice. And it is a training. I mean, we are so, taught and controlled to think from here, and it's all educative, and we've really moved away from remembering that aspect of who we are. And I mean, these teachings are such an honor to hear, because it really and truly can help individuals not only connect with their higher self and their life purpose and all that, but live the experience that they're really looking for in their life. And it's sad when, we miss that teaching, and it's like you said, it's a simple thing. You're bringing this in. It's not always simple to remember to do, because you have to have that self-awareness first. Right. And just to kind of recap that again, have the self-awareness, notice when you're in your head.
Giggle at yourself.
Giggle at yourself.
There I am again.
Yeah. Okay. And notice what pulls you out. Is it your daily morning routine? Is it your job? Is it your relationship? What's bringing you offline? And just not that even anything has to change around that, other than the fact that you're going to pull it down into your heart and have maybe a new perspective.
And remember again, also, and for some this might be really helpful, but again, visualize, is the motherboard operating here? Is the motherboard operating in the heart? And you want it to go through the heart, because it's much more efficient and it works a lot better. So again, that can get you out of, get you out of the emotion of it and the judgment of it. To just go, oh no, it's more efficient here. Okay, this is the foundational piece I need to run this through. So
Right.
because a lot of people self-judge, and that's really ingrained as well. That shame on me, and that's why I say giggle. It's not an emotional thing at all.
Right.
Where are you processing? Are you processing the energy through here, or are you processing it through here? And it's the mechanics of the body.
Right.
That you move it down into here to function better. It works a lot better. It gets you what you want a lot better. So if looking at it from a mechanical state of mind instead of I've got to be in my heart state of mind,
Right.
it can shift it faster too, because it's not a judgment. This isn't I'm not living in my heart. I'm not a good person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we get away from all of that ego or emotion when you really look at the mechanics of what's happening.
Yeah, and that you're noticing that it's going to look so many different ways at different times, and not to judge that it should look like flowers and butterflies. Sometimes it's going to look like anger and rage, and you can still be in your heart center and heal from that aspect. And we're a whole array of different emotions, energy and motion, and all these types of things. And it's to look at it this way and have a tool is so powerful. And I would encourage everybody out there listening to really engage with Raquel. And she's given us a free gift that goes over some of these different things that she's talked about, as well as listening to the beginning, especially of this audio and video, that you can really use that meditation. I mean, every single day. Utilizing the points of kind of bringing everything in from your consciousness and just enveloping it, putting it into your heart space, grounding that down into the crystalline core. I mean, these are just such magnificent tools and tips that really can shift your life, shift your health. And we really can see just, Amy, what a transformational person you are. We thank you so much for all your information and how this really can transform people. I don't know, there's just these tools are just so high frequency, but also grounded at the same time. And so anybody can use this. It helps you do what you do better, rather you're in a meeting, taking care of your children. I mean, whatever it is, this is really going to be a great teaching tip for everybody. We thank you so much for being here. Again,
that's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. So thank you everybody for attending the You Can Heal Global Summit. Please look to your email and inboxes for our next speaker. And of course, like I said, please engage with Raquel Spencer's free gift and her website, all her information. It's such great stuff. And we will be talking with everyone shortly. Thank you so much for attending.